This is the shorthand notation of Nuclides instructions. Key points to know that an isotope are atoms of the same element, which means they have the same number of protons, but they differ in their mass number because of a different number of neutrons. A nuclide is a species of atom characterized by the constitution of its nucleus and hence by the number of protons, the number of neutrons, and the energy content. The atomic number is equal to the number of protons in an atom's nucleus. Atomic number equals number of protons. Mass number is equal to the number of protons plus neutrons in the nucleus. So here it is short, mass number equals protons positive plus neutrons neutral. Atoms that are neutral have equal protons and electrons. So an atom means protons positive equals electrons negative. If it's an ion, it possesses a positive or negative charge because of an imbalance of electrons versus the protons. So an ion means that the positive protons and the negative electrons are not equal to each other. So you have a periodic table provided for you on the third slide. So let's get started. What is the name of this value? It is the mass number. What does it represent? The mass number is the protons plus the neutrons. And it's okay if you can't do the little symbols like me. You can just type out protons plus neutrons. Okay, how can the number of neutrons be determined with this value? You're going to take the mass number 76 minus this number here, 33, which is going to equal 43. So there are 43 neutrons. What is the name of this value? It is the atomic number. What does it represent? The atomic number equals the number of protons. How does this value relate to the element symbol? If you go look up element number 33 on the periodic table, you're going to find the symbol for that element, As, which is arsenic. The atomic number identifies the element on the periodic table. Okay, what is the name of this value here? It's the charge. And what does it represent mathematically? Protons versus electrons. How can the number of electrons be determined with this value? Take the atomic number 33, do the opposite of the charge. So it says positive 3 charge, so 33 minus 3, and that's going to equal 30 electrons. So it should make sense because we have 33 positive protons, 30 negative electrons, so overall we end up with a positive 3 charge. And then how do we know what symbol to place here? The atomic number of 33 tells us the symbol which can be found on the periodic table. Okay, what is the name of this value here? It's the mass number. What does it represent about the nuclide? Mass number equals protons plus neutrons. How can we determine the number of neutrons? Well, we have a problem. What's that number? No value is given here. Where can it be found? It can be found on the periodic table. So we're going to go look up MO, which is here, and it has an atomic number of 42. So this should be 42. And now we can figure out that the mass number of 96 minus the atomic number 42 is equal to 54. Okay, what does this number represent about the nuclide? It's the atomic number, which equals the number of protons. How does this relate to the element symbol? The atomic number identifies the element on the periodic table. Why is there no value given here? Because there's no charge, it's neutral. What does it represent mathematically about this nuclide? That the protons equal the electrons. So how can the number of electrons be determined? We take the atomic number, 42. We do nothing. We don't add or subtract anything here. So it's just 42 electrons equal to the number of protons. And how do we know what symbol to place here? The atomic number is what tells us the symbol that can be placed here. Now let's look at this as a word problem. If you have an atom that has 51 protons and 72 neutrons, write the symbol for this isotope. First of all, because it's an atom, that means that the protons and the electrons are equal, so we have no charge here. It's neutral. So 51 protons tells me the atomic number, which goes here. And how do I determine the mass number? It's protons plus neutrons. So I'm going to say 51 plus 72 gives me 123 neutrons. That's what number goes here. Now, what is the symbol of this element? Use the atomic number 51 to find the symbol in the periodic table. It is Sb, or antimony. Sb. And then because this is an atom, it's neutral, so we need nothing in this box. If you have an ion, it has 79 protons. 79 is the atomic number. So I can take the atomic number, go look at the periodic table, find element 79, that's Au, which is gold. Now, what's the mass number? I'm going to use the protons and the neutrons, add them together, 79 plus 119, and I get 198. Do we have a charge? Well, it's an ion. That means it has a charge. So how will I determine the charge? I have 79 protons and 76 electrons. Positive 3 charge, because 79 minus 3 would give me 76. Or you can see it as there are 79 positive protons versus 76 negative electrons, which is an overall positive 3 charge. Now your assignment is to complete slide number 7 and slide number 8 and submit the assignment.